Welcome back into the Blurred Wire. This one is a little bit behind, but we're still trying to keep up and make sure it happened. And I'm trying something new. Usually, when I react to trailers, I kind of end up just reacting by myself. But my good friend Ty has agreed to react to a trailer with me. So we're gonna be reacting. At first, I want to react to the Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer because I got a notification that it was out, and I thought the internet was going crazy. Turns out it was AI, 100% AI, and I saw it as soon as I texted him yesterday. I was like, "You want to react to Spider-Man Brand New Day?" He's like,
I
"Oh
know,
my god, the trailer came out!"
I know. I saw that. I saw that text. I was so surprised. I was like, I thought we were years away for it.
AI is going to kill us. AI is going to
It
kill us.
is the death of art and humanity.
So we're gonna dive right in, watch the Super Mario Galaxy trailer. We're gonna react to it, maybe talk a little bit about the first one, how excited we are. But let's go ahead and dive right into that trailer right here.
Hey, big guy!
Oh,
You wanted to see us?
don't move, I'll be right up. Sipping the soup, cleaning the paint. Boodle-doo, boodle-doo, and also trim the bonsai bush. Here we go. Hey, Luigi! What's up, Mario? Behold! I made a masterpiece for Princess Peach. What do you think?
Love the colors!
It's trash.
I wonder how central Bowser is going to be to this movie.
Wow. Sorry about that.
Good question.
It's the old Bowser talking.
Obviously, he's still
Working
small.
through my demons,
He's so
I
tiny.
suppose.
He's playing a small part right now.
Anyway, I need
Yeah.
my 8 hours or else I really turn into a monster.
Man, I love that orchestral Super Mario Bros. Theme.
It's like one of the greatest video game soundtracks that there's ever been. Just straight up, it is gorgeous. And it seems like Bowser Jr. with the sunshine paintbrush and everything. I love
Like,
it.
as a band kid, like, if I had ever played Super Mario Bros.
Yeah. I think
Princess Rosalina, you're coming with me.
Not play.
but Rosalina's great. Because we never really see her like do a whole lot in the actual games.
Okay. Well, that was the Super Mario Bros. Trailer. You know, it kind of feels like we're in, I don't want to say a golden era of video game adaptations, but when so many of them have flopped, it feels like we're on a rare string of wins.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like after saying that out loud, I just jinxed it. But we are kind of in a rare, you know, with the Sonic movies have all pretty much been good. Super Mario Bros. Galaxy. So, what are your initial thoughts when looking at this trailer?
I'm so excited. I love the Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 games. They were probably the first time. I mean, I grew up playing like Super Mario 64 and Super Mario Sunshine, but something about Galaxy is just so perfect to me that I'm just like, I just can't wait. I can't wait to hear the soundtrack, like them redo the already stuff. They don't even have to re-record it. It's already such a beautiful orchestral soundtrack. You could just copy and paste it into this movie, and it would be as emotionally resonant as anything else that you would do. But they're probably going to have some new remixes for it, and it's going to be so beautiful. I'm going to be bawling in the theater from listening to the Galaxy music again.
And I hope they do re-record it, you know, because again, as a musician, I am partial to giving musicians more opportunity to make money. So yeah, re-record it. Go pay those orchestrals to re-record that version of it. I'm I guess I'm not really surprised that they went all the way to Galaxy. Because obviously Super Mario Bros. Like there's a lot of games between Super Mario Bros. And Super Mario Galaxy. But it does kind of make sense for introducing new characters, introducing a new antagonist, because you're not just going to do Bowser over and over again. You know, the way Avatar is just doing that one villain over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
He's just going to be the villain of every Avatar movie because he never
Mm-hmm.
dies. Or the way Harry Potter is just kind of Voldemort over and over and over again. So,
Yeah.
It feels like they're switching it up. And now this, I wonder if there's going to be another one, but it feels like this movie's antagonist is just Bowser Jr.
Bowser Jr. Yeah, I'm very curious because it is called the Galaxy movie. I feel like that's more for the introduction of Rosalina, and like the elements of Galaxy. But it is not the only Mario game we have like referenced a lot here. Bowser Jr. With that paintbrush is 1,000% from Sunshine.
Yeah,
so we have heavy Sunshine elements here, which is really cool.
Even with Bowser painting at the beginning, it kind of was I don't know if it was a nod or like foreshadowing, but yeah, it kind of, because that's also Bowser Jr.'s final smash, right? Like the paintbrush Mario like comes out, if I'm not mistaken, in Super Smash Brothers. I don't know. I haven't played that game exactly, so I don't know the exact correlation. But yeah, you know, like the paintbrush and all that is part of it.
And then when they're on the motorcycles, Mario and Luigi in the desert, that is a world taken from Super Mario Odyssey.
Okay.
The game for the Switch. That's like the third. It's like the desert level. I forget what it's called. I forget the name of it off the top of my head. But they clearly are pulling from various elements from the Mario world, which is good because I think video game adaptations in general really suck when you just try to copy what the game did and put it in a movie, because it never works. The structure of a game is intentionally interactive, and movies are intentionally curated and not interactive. So trying to turn something interactive into something not interactive does not work as just a copy and paste. You have to adapt it and make it its own thing. And it really feels, from at least from the sheer number of elements that they are pulling from, that this is not just we are making Super Mario Galaxy the movie, the game.
Right. And so I think I agree. Yeah, and especially because Super Mario, like, and the first one took from a lot. Like it took from Mario Kart. You know, it took from obviously because obviously Donkey Kong was the first villain, so it took from that one, and it took from the next Super Mario game that introduced Bowser, because Bowser wasn't introduced till later until the series. So I do think there's room to take from multiple games and put them into one. And so I think they went Galaxy because of the setting kind of changes the most, and they can pull other elements into that setting. And that's absolutely. You see who's voicing Rosalina?
Yeah, Brie Larson. And I really like Brie Larson. I think she's going to be great. She is clearly a big Nintendo and Mario fan.
Right.
Like throughout, as long as I've known her on the internet and as an actress, she has talked about being a big Nintendo fan. Yeah. So I am glad to see somebody who actually cares about the property being involved with the property.
Right. It's like when they cast Kamala Khan as Miss Marvel instead of just picking an actress. Like I think if you get fans if you get fans of something to play a character, to play a role or something, and it's not just a job for them, like it's going to be more passionate. And I feel like when people know how much these actors are fans of the characters they're playing, even if the project doesn't do so well for whatever reason, people will still love it because they can see how much that person loves this character or loves this property.
Hmm.
So I think that's very important, and that makes me happy with her choice as well.
Hmm.
So yeah, I mean, obviously, I think it's going to be good. I wonder if Luigi will have a slightly bigger role in this one because he didn't have that big of a role in the first one. Well, he was the one that was captured, but that was a little bit different.
And in the trailer, at least, they seem like kind of locked together, him and Mario at the
Hmm.
same time, which feels good, especially if Peach is going to have her own independent adventure from what it feels like.
Yeah, maybe they'll
Um,
split off in two different directions. Yeah,
yeah, potentially, maybe Peach is going to be the one that meets up with Rosalina, and it's Mario is the one that's facing Bowser Jr., and they have to, you know, meet together in the middle at
and
some point.
Mario
Or
might even have to face his like paint doppelganger from Super Mario Land,
yeah,
something like that. I don't think this would be a movie where Wario and Waluigi would be introduced. I think they probably might save them as like antagonists for maybe a third one. So I don't really
yeah,
see them coming into this one. I am curious where Yoshi plays into it because obviously they dropped the Easter egg that we're going to
right.
see Yoshi next.
The literal egg.
I just I didn't even catch that when I said it. Oh, I should have planned that on purpose. Yeah, they literally dropped us an Easter egg of Yoshi, and we didn't see him in the trailer. But obviously, I mean, the cover of Super Mario Galaxy is
Mhm.
Mario flying on Yoshi. So, like,
Mhm.
obviously, Yoshi has a big role in Super Mario Galaxy, and he'll have a big role in this movie. It'll be interesting to
Mhm.
see what it is because obviously they didn't tell us.
I think too. The first movie was a little bit of a wild card because we didn't know what to expect from a Nintendo adapted, like big budget animated movie.
Mhm.
Um, so it's it felt like a little bit of a gamble,
Right?
but this time around I feel way more confident in just do whatever, because as
Yeah.
long as you keep the same pace as the original, it was to me a really fun nostalgic kids movie wrapped in a coding that for me personally is just so special and beautiful that I can't help but really enjoy it. And so I just hope they keep that going. And as long as they stick with the elements that really worked, maybe steer less away, more away from the real life Mario and Luigi in Brooklyn, New York.
Yeah. They don't have to. I don't think my bold prediction is I don't think Brooklyn is going to be in this movie at all. I don't think they're.
No,
Well, I guess they kind of have to start in Brooklyn because they ended in Brooklyn. I
no,
always thought
I'm going to call it now. They're going to start with showing how good the plumbing business has been.
has been, yeah, probably
Yeah,
more likely.
because it was
I thought,
struggling in the first one, and it's
yeah,
going to be great in the second one.
I thought the first movie should have ended with the bomb when it destroyed the pipes. I thought it
Mm-hmm.
should have trapped them in the Super Mario Kingdom, and then
Yeah.
they're transporting them back to Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I would have done it, and then started the next movie from there. But obviously, it'll probably be something happens and they get called back to go and help. Maybe Yoshi is the one that calls for their help. I don't know, but Yoshi hasn't really met them, so it'll be interesting to see. I love how again we can like break this down and get this excited about the plot and everything about a kids movie. Essentially, I mean, like we are grown men. I mean, at least we pretend to be, and we're here excited, breaking down and trying to figure out what's the plot of this, kids movie. But I think that's a sign that's like when you do it right, you can do it for kids, and the adults will still come. Like I think a lot of a lot of video game adaptations, they tried to like make it for adults, and
Mm-hmm.
some like this first Super Mario Bros was like with like the asteroid splitting the Earth in half, and it had a lot of weird stuff. They were trying to make it for adults that grew up playing Mario, and it's like
Mm-hmm.
you can just make a kids movie. It's okay. I'm gonna watch it because that's my childhood coming back to life. So, and I think that's the lesson that they learned from Sonic the Hedgehog, and now we're seeing in Super Mario, and hopefully more of these adaptations.
Absolutely. Kids movie does not mean it's a bad movie.
Right.
It's just who you're gearing your audience for. If
Right.
you make a good movie, you make a good movie, and people will want to watch it.
Even though we did kind of criticize Predator Badlands a little bit for that exact same thing, This is
Yeah, well, I don't think it was a good movie. So that's why I don't want to watch it.
And I am curious though if Legend of Zelda will end up having more of a like that. To me, that's the biggest wild card in all of these, because all the Sonic and Mario games have a very light tone, even the video games themselves. But
Mhm.
even for being like a kid's game, I guess you could say, Legend of Zelda
Mhm.
still has always had a very serious tone,
Mhm.
especially compared to Mario and Sonic and other video game
Oh,
characters.
absolutely.
So, and with those stills that just came out, and one thing everyone can all agree on and be happy about with the stills, because obviously we're light years away from a trailer, Link still hasn't talked.
That's true.
That's our biggest fear, is that they're gonna make Link talk. And so far, so good. He does not appear to talk in these stills. So that's the only. That'll be interesting to see. Like, are they going
They,
to go? Because you can have like a serious movie that's still like for kids, but I don't know how a quippy Legend of Zelda movie would go. You know what I mean?
it would be awful. Like relegate any comedic relief to a side character. There are so many wacky species and like races of people in the Zelda
Right.
franchise. Relegate it to like a Korok. Relegate it to something else that can bear the comedic relief of the movie.
And I mean, even when I
Um,
think about stuff that I grew up watching as a kid, like I don't know if it was more on the anime side, but there was some stuff that just wasn't that funny, but still was for kids. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't
yeah.
like a joke every 10 seconds. Oh, funny. Oh, my pants fell down. Oh, you know what I mean? Like it still worked.
So with those Zelda stills, real quick, I feel like there's a lot you can glean from it that I'm way more excited about a Zelda movie than I am a Mario movie.
Me too. Yeah.
I'm so concerned. I'm like it could be the greatest thing or it could be absolutely atrocious and
Feel the exact
crushes my
same way.
soul.
Right.
The thing that is hopeful for me is Link in those stills is wearing his green tunic, his classic hero of time or Twilight, whichever green tunic. But Zelda is wearing her Breath of the Wild blue colored attire. She is not in a formal princess dress, and she's not like hiding her persona as like a Sheik or a Tetra here, which to me means that this is not directly adapting any specific Zelda. Like this does not appear to be a straight Ocarina of Time retelling. It's not a straight Breath of the Wild, at least from the appearance. It looks like it's taking elements from some of these other games, and the elements that we see on Zelda are the blue attire, which she had in Breath of the Wild, where she is um, way more adventurous as a character. Like that Zelda is doing more physically in the world to like move the plot along. And
Right.
Link is kind of her bodyguard. And I love that rendition of Zelda. I am hopeful that that is more of the Zelda that we see here. And she also has a quiver in one of the shots on her back, which means that she is not just going to be like a messenger. It feels like more they're going to be companions, at least for whatever part. Like
Yeah.
they are taking um, their relationship and making it as one of equals, which I love. And it's the thing I really loved that Breath of the Wild did with all of its flashbacks and cutscenes, and same with Tears of the Kingdom, is having these two people feel like they are partners.
I
And
think
I
yeah.
can't wait.
Yeah, I think Wes Ball is smart enough to understand that like, you know, like if he's when he's leaning towards princess, just to go the Princess Leia route, and have these characters be women of action.
Mm-hmm.
Because especially because 2003 Super Mario set it up, because that was a huge not point of contention, but people were wondering, is Peach going to be stuck in a castle, or is she going to be more of an action character? And she was much more of an action character. They instead put Luigi in the castle, which actually makes a lot more sense for his character in the game of being like, a cowardly, shy, unsure person.
Right.
So I think Wes Ball is at least smart enough to know like Zelda's not just going to be a messenger. She's not going to be kidnapped by Ganondorf. She's probably going to be on this journey with Link. Um,
Mm-hmm.
And so I think he's smart enough to understand that's the way it should go. And again, we're getting a lot from some pictures,
Yeah, but
but I do
they look
think
great too.
they do, and I
Like
do
like they
think,
look the part.
and like once I knew Super Mario was going to be animated, I almost felt like you can't really go wrong because that means you can make it as wacky, as zany as the Mario games really are. And I wasn't really worried. And then I saw it and I was like, oh, this is great. I wasn't like, this is the greatest thing ever, but, I was like, oh, this is great. I am much more, and even though I've played more Mario games in my life than I have Zelda games, I'm
Hmm.
much more attached to the character of Link than I am to Mario. I'm much more
Hmm.
concerned about them doing the Link movie correctly, the Legend of Zelda movie correctly, than I
Hmm.
was about Mario. And as soon
Yeah.
as you make something live action, to me, the amount of things that could go wrong in live action ramps up 1,000%.
Yeah.
Like to me, there's a lot more risk there, but there's also a lot more reward, right? Because you're right, this could be the greatest thing because it's live action, and it could be 1,000 times better than Super Mario Bros. Because I think like even
Hmm.
the biggest highs of like the Sonic the Hedgehog series, I think are always going to be better than the Super Mario Bros. Series that they're going through because it's live action. There's just something different about it being in live action. I don't
Hmm.
necessarily think that like the Sonic series is like better right now, but like nothing in the Super Mario series is gonna top that Sonic Shadow fight
Hmm.
just
Yeah.
because it's animated. I don't think it's possible.
Hmm.
Nothing is gonna top that. And so if you do the Legend of Zelda correctly, and the Legend of Zelda creator is apparently very invested in this movie as well,
Hmm.
it has the chance to make history. Honestly,
Yeah.
so
Yeah. It's I'm more hopeful. I like the way they look in costume. Those two actors, Bo Bragason and Benjamin Ainsworth, they both look really good. I still Hunter Schafer should have been cast as Zelda.
I was gonna say, what do you think of?
She literally looks like Zelda, but I will take a a previously unknown actress
Right.
to do the role. I think that itself will probably work really good for this, so that they are not held back by the baggage of being known for another role. They can just
Okay.
fully immerse and be Link and Zelda.
I was going to ask you how you felt about the cast before we, head off, about the cast
Yeah.
largely being unknown because there was a lot of fan castings for like Anya Taylor-Joy to play um Prince to play Zelda. And once she got cast as Peach, I thought like there's no way that that's going to happen. But I
No.
did think it was interesting. But so you feel like it's going to be a strength of the movie that these are largely no-name actors. Are you worried about them not having the
Yes.
experience, or do you think that because this is their own, essentially their only big budget experience, that it'll end up making the movie better because of it?
No, I think if, like I said, the only person that should have been cast, I think, would have been Hunter Schafer as Zelda, because she looks exactly like the Princess Zelda. Uh, but I think going with no names is a lot better, uh, because you can do so much with them. Like
Mm-hmm.
we did not see the oh, I can't think of the word, but the auditioning roles for these people.
Right.
Clearly,
The
they
audition
were
tapes.
chosen over other people, and I find it hard to believe that the Legend of Zelda movie was not full of people trying to
Hotly
audition
contested.
to
Oh yeah,
play
yeah.
Link or Zelda in this movie.
Probably some
I
big name
I,
people auditioned for it.
I trust that these two got that role because they were
They earned
perfectly
it.
embodying what they were going for. And movies that break out with no names, I feel are typically better for it.
And
Think about like the original Star Wars cast.
yeah, no,
Carrie
completely.
Fisher, Mark Hamill, and Harrison Ford were relative. I mean, Harrison Ford had done some stuff, but they were relatively no names, and now they are like industry standard names.
Right. And I
Um,
think, like, based upon this era, I can believe that the two people that were cast in this role spent their entire lives playing Legend of Zelda games. That's my only, like, that would have been my first question on the audition sheet. How many hours, no, not even, how many days have you spent dedicated to playing Legend of Zelda games before you auditioned for this? And based upon our generation, growing up with video games, I can believe that they spent a good chunk of their lives playing these games and getting to know the characters that way. You know, hopefully. So yeah, I think that can end up being a strength. I guess we'll see. I guess I'm not really concerned, but I'm like, if Wes Ball, like some of the acting performances he got from characters in The Maze Runner, which is what he's mostly known for,
Yeah.
they weren't the best. So I would just hope that either they already have enough acting chops to not really need that much guidance from Wes Ball, or if he's able to make sure that he directs them in a way that brings the characters to life. You know what I mean? Like there were some moments in The Maze Runner where you're like, oh, that acting was a little bit, but it could have also been the script, could have also been, there's a myriad of other things that go into it. So that's the
I'm way more concerned about Wes Ball and the writers than I am the actors portraying these characters. Because we have like talent from the Jurassic World movies and the Maze Runner movies and the most recent Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes movie that does not hold a lot of hope just based on the track record.
And I liked Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. My only thing was he used a lot of actors with a lot of experience in that movie. And also, those are apes and these are people. Like, it's a little bit different directing. And like, I liked Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes for the world building, so I think he'll nail that with Legend of Zelda. But it's just those acting performances. I think they were fine in Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. But again, apes.
I think too, the fact that Shigeru Miyamoto is as involved as he is with the Super Mario movie as well as the upcoming Legend of Zelda movie, I really feel that him helping produce the movie will steer the direction towards it feeling more like Legend of Zelda. I'm hopeful because it's his baby.
And I hope that he's willing to say like, hey, no, that doesn't work. You know what I mean? Not just like be the friendly face that's like, hey guys, hey, everyone's showing up. But like, I want Wes Ball to be showing him parts of the script, and I want him to be the kind of person that's like, hey, I see what you're trying to do here, but this doesn't really work here. You know, like, you know, me and my brother go back and forth on storylines all the time, and he'll tell me like, hey, that doesn't work. And I'll tell him like, hey, no, that doesn't work. And like, I think he can, right? But I just hope that he doesn't, I hope that that's what he's doing, because that's how we'll know that we'll get the Legend of Zelda that we want.
Yeah, I can't imagine having to work on this project. It's got to be so stressful, and like there's even small decisions. There's like someone's gonna hate this.
Yeah,
like,
I would not have taken this job. Even if I was Christopher Nolan, I don't know if I would have taken this job, honestly. Yeah, it's just a different fan base. Yeah, like even Christopher Nolan has never dealt with a fan base like that. So we'll see. Leave your thoughts about Legend of Zelda, about Super Mario Galaxy. Are you worried, nervous, cautiously optimistic about both projects? And make sure you click that link to subscribe for more videos. They didn't see that coming. If you stop watching the channel after that because of that, I understand.
Completely understandable. There will be more puns going forward.
Because, I mean, the host will always be here. You did it again! Okay, now it's time to sign off.
It's getting to our heads.
Until next time, guys.
Peace.